going to record this so that we can make sure those who weren't able to come can kind of take a look and see what we're doing here. So welcome everyone, prospective enrolling, incoming Business Eagles. My name is Keisha Williams. I am the Director of Marketing and Communications for the School of Business. I want to thank you all for taking the opportunity to come and join us this evening. One of the biggest feedback we did receive from the open house that we had virtually about a month or so ago was that, they wanted to hear from students. And I said, well, absolutely, because I mean, clearly that's what we are all about. So we want to make sure that, we're able to provide that for you all. So what I'm going to do is introduce the students, or have the students who are on the call now introduce themselves to you, tell them a little about themselves, whatever you guys want to share, maybe some organizations you may be a part of. And then as they're speaking, I want those who are on the call to start thinking of some questions. Feel free to use the chat box and let us know if you have any questions about what life is like as an NCCU Business Eagle. So the first person I see right now is Holland. So I'm going to have Holland go ahead and introduce himself.
Hey everybody, thanks for coming to learn a little bit about our business school. My name is Holland Streetpay. I am a graduating senior at the NCCU Business School. I entered NCCU a little over 4 years ago and am now just graduating. During my time, I've interned at HP Inc., Amazon, two companies that you probably maybe touch daily or sometime throughout your life. So something really cool. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to just put them down below or come off mute and ask them.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Holland. And before you guys came on, I was just reflecting with Holland and how, I remember when he first came to the School of Business, freshman orientation, and just how quickly the time flies when you are here. So I hope that's something that they'll talk about a little bit, about making sure that you are ready, that you're taking advantage of the opportunity. I believe every single person, every student we have on this call has done just that. They've been present and they've really made the most out of their experience. So I told him it's super bittersweet because we're definitely going to miss Holland, but he is off to really amazing things. So we're super proud and thankful that you're able to join us, and that we're going to continue to see Holland, because I pull alumni back too. We gotta know what life's like when you're on the other side of the fence. So all right, Grace, I see you next. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell a little about yourself?
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining. My name is Gracia Yancey, and I am now a rising senior studying business administration with a concentration in human resource management. I'm involved in a couple organizations on campus, University Honors Program. I was recently inducted into Beta Gamma Sigma. And as well as I've had my past internship last summer was with Liberty Mutual, and this upcoming summer I will be interning with Cisco.
Outstanding. And you may have said this, I couldn't recall, but did you say what your major was?
Yes, business administration, concentration in human resource management.
Human resource, that's right. Okay, very good. Thank you. And we have Jaden Pleasure. Jaden, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, you guys. Thank you guys for coming. My name is Jaden Pludger. I am a rising junior business administration major with a concentration in marketing. And I'm in a lot of organizations on campus. So I'm not just getting ready to list them all, but I have done past internships. I worked with Ms. Williams my freshman year. And my upcoming internship for this year, I'll be with Blue Cross Blue Shield for the summer.
Oh, awesome. I didn't even know that. So that's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And just to kind of, again, I hate to put like little side notes on by everybody, but I'm just so proud of these folks here. Jaden is on every freshman, in your freshman year, you take a professional development course, and Miss Brame is the professor in that course, and she always has us to come and share a little bit about who we are. And I say us, meaning like the staff and the faculty, who we are and what we do at the university. And so particularly for my marketing majors, because I am the director of marketing communication, I often extend the opportunity for students, freshmen particularly, to come into my office and to help me with projects that I have, just to get them, some experience, and to go ahead and start to talk a little bit about what their interests are as it relates to marketing. And, honestly, I don't always, I would say I don't have many students that will take me up on that. but Jaden is certainly one of them. And I think very shortly after I made that announcement in the class, I saw him walk into my office. And so I thought that was awesome. And I think we've been attached to the hip ever since. So again, Jaden's another one that I'm like, I can't believe you're a rising junior. Like, where does the time go? So again, it goes fast. So that's great. Do we have any other students on the call? I'm trying to kind of comb the list. I don't think so. Okay. Cool. So, honestly, I was just telling them I don't really have much of a presentation. I'm going to go very quickly, maybe over some highlights of what's going on in the school, give you guys an opportunity to, think of some questions, and then maybe I'll start off with the question and get us kind of rolling here. But just to let you know, so the School of Business at North Carolina Central, we have four majors and a ton of concentration. So we have accounting, business administration, and within that major, you have concentrations in marketing management, entrepreneurship, financial analytics, and human resource. And then we have information technology, which is a fairly new iteration of a program. I definitely have a technology program, but this is kind of a new iteration of the program. And that program now has three concentrations: cybersecurity, which is very, very interesting, data analytics, which is critical to any role you do, and computer information, computer. Well, oh gosh, I can't. Let's.
The Computer Information System, CIS.
Yeah, well, it's ICT. There it is. I'm like, I couldn't get my acronym right. That's Information, Communication, and Technology, basically CIS. So that's what that is. And then we have hospitality and tourism, which is also a really unique thing that a lot of schools of business don't have. And so if you're interested in, travel, if you're interested in, aspects of tourism, I mean, it's a great opportunity for you to, look at what that whole thing is about. So you also have the ability to minor in the program. So if you're interested in minoring in CIS, as Holland just pointed out, there's that opportunity there. I think we also have a minor in hospitality and tourism. So you could, major in management and minor in hospitality, get you some industry kind of insight there. We also have a minor in business, but we don't want to talk about that because you're going to major in business. So, you don't really need to minor and major in business, but that minor is particularly for people who are like, doing something outside of the business school, but they want to have a business foundation. So with that, we have a ton of co-curricular activities and student organizations. Again, our students here are heavily involved in those organizations. If you did not already, when I come back to you guys, I want you to share those organizations. I know it's a lot, but at least a couple, particularly the ones in the School of Business, so they can know what organizations to be involved with. Critically important for you to be involved in these organizations. It gives you the opportunity to meet and network with corporations. It gives you the opportunity to go to case study competitions or travel and do all those types of things. So again, going to class is important, but a lot of college really honestly is about the networks and the relationships you build and taking advantage of opportunities as they come to you. So, if you don't have that mindset yet, go ahead and get it, because that's what we want to make sure from day one, you're out there searching for those internships, for those organizations, for, whatever those networks look like. And last but not least, in my kind of high level overview, very quick overview, is we have a new School of Business coming. So really, by the time most of you have the bulk of your business courses, you'll be doing it. Yay! Yes, I like the celebration. We're all very excited about this. But by the time you all come into the School of Business, we will be, you'll be entering into a brand new building. We, matter of fact, have a groundbreaking within the next month or so. So if I'm going to put our social media tags in the chat box, if you do not follow us, please do, because that's really where you're going to find a lot of information about those wonderful things that we have coming up. So new building, great programs, wonderful networks, family-like atmosphere. I mean, this is the best decision of your life to come to NCCU. And I'm not I'm not saying that because I'm biased. I'm saying that because it's true. All right. So again, one like just again round robin, and then I'm going to just throw out a question to all of you guys. We'll have Holland, Gracia, Jaden answer in this order. And I want you to kind of go through, what made you decide to come to NCCU, and then kind of what is one of the things that you think kind of shaped your experience. So that could be maybe those organizations that you're involved in. So Holland, you want to share?
Awesome. Yeah. So my decision to come to NCCU was really based around a couple factors. One, was that my brother actually attended NCCU as well. He was actually not a business major, he was biology and psychology, but I had learned about the business school, and one of his friends actually was attending the business school at the time and was telling me about the entrepreneurship program that was being lifted off the ground by Dr. Henry McCoy. And I was like, that's interesting. I had a small landscape business at the time, and I was like, you know what, I want to really study entrepreneurship and see if I can continue to grow something. So that's one of the reasons. Then also I came in as a student athlete, so I was on the track and field team and cross country team. So that's what also brought me in, and then as well as the honors program too. So if you haven't already, I'm not sure if it's too late, but you may be able to still get into honors program if you're eligible. So those are really the three main reasons that brought me to NCCU. And I forget, what was the second part of your question?
Well, your organizations, what are you involved with?
Oh, yeah. So during my time, I was in the School of Business, Beta Gamma Sigma. That's something that I was involved in. And that's the Honor Society. And I think Gracia also said that she was just inducted. So congratulations to you on that. That's all their top students are always inducted into Beta Gamma Sigma. It's similar to like a National Honor Society if you have that in high school. And then I was also involved in student government, both at the school level. So we have student government association on our campus, but then we have something called Association of Student Government, and that's over the UNC system. So students from all the UNC system schools also have the ability to run for that as well. And that's really cool because you get to travel around to different UNC system schools. So you might travel to App, ECU, Elizabeth City State, Fayetteville State. You get to go to all the schools, UNC, NC State. So that's something super cool. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. I think those are the main organizations I've been a part of.
All right, thank you. Gracia, you want to share?
Awesome. So what led me to decide to come to NCCU? So there was a couple of factors as well, like Holland said. One of the huge ones was the honors program. And it is not late, it's not too late. So if you are interested, I would definitely apply, and I can, you guys can shoot me a chat and I can send you some information over about that as well. Currently, this past year, I was the vice president of the Honor Student Council, so I have a lot of information about that. As mentioned before, Beta Gamma Sigma is another organization that I've joined, and as well as SHRM, which is the Society for Human Resource Management. So for HR concentrations, or even people just interested in management as well, it's an organization that deals with a lot of that, and a lot of just professional development and leadership development as well. So if you're interested in that as well, feel free to send me a chat. And I believe that's mostly the bulk. I did some SGA work my freshman year with the Community Service and Outreach Chair. I was most recently initiated into the Alpha Chi chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So just a couple of different organizations here and there at my time.
Great, thank you very much. And Jaden?
A lot of factors, like you said, led me to NCCU. One of the main factors is NCCU wasn't my first choice, and I saw opportunities here that wanted to boost my GPA. The Aspiring Eagles program is one of the opportunities. I suggest you all apply to that. If you have more, I will have more information for you. By the end of this session, I'm gonna drop my email in the chat now. But basically what the Aspiring Eagles program is, you'll come in before every other freshman, and you'll take, I wanna say 3 classes. You'll take an English, a math, and a university course. And you will be assigned a mentor, you'll be assigned a group, and you'll just be here all summer, taking classes, getting to know the campus, making those connections like Ms. Williams said. And I think that's just a great program to be in as a freshman because it gives you that head start. Also, you can leave with a 4.0 GPA and community service hours. And that's a program I'm in now. You'll be in it all through your time at NCCU. Okay, there's my email. And another program I'm in is the American Marketing Association. I actually serve as the co-president of that. And that's a great organization to be into if you're a marketing major or just interested in marketing. We have different events. We have people come speak with us. We have what was his name? Miss Williams that came to speak with us from BET.
Oh, Roland Reeves.
Roland Reeves, yes, he came to speak with us. He was from BET, and he works with Procter and Gamble. So just a little bit more of that networking Miss Williams told about. And what's another organization I'm in? the Aspiring Needs Academy, AMA, the Dean Student Advisory Council. It's a number of organizations that's here at NCCU, especially in the School of Business. So I encourage you all to please stay connected with us. Do not just go to class and go back to your rooms. Please stay connected. Please be engaged, because that's how you will get these opportunities and you will get to know different people inside the School of Business.
100%. And as Jaden mentioned, we have a lot of organizations. So I'll just kind of highlight the ones I don't know that they've mentioned. We have NABA, which is National Association of Business, National Association of Blacks in Accounting. And we have SHRM, which is Human Resource Management, so Society for Human Resource Management. We have NSMH, which is the National Society for Minority and Hospitality. Eta Delta Sigma, which is the Honor Society for Hospitality and Tourism. Jada mentioned AMA, which is great. And I'm the advisor to that. So that's the American Marketing Association. Holland also mentioned Beta Gamma Sigma, which are actually tapped to be a part of that. So before you guys even ask, no, you can't just join it. You have to actually have the credential, and then it's a big deal too. They don't they find you like in your classroom, right? And they have full regalia on, and they tap you into this program. So it's really ceremonial, and it's really cool to see. So that is that, and I don't think that maybe. I know we do some work with Financial Society, where they have some ambassadors that are working on financial literacy projects. So there's a ton of things for you to do. And that's IT Eagles. Oh my goodness, we have an IT Eagles organization. So basically, in a nutshell, every major essentially is going to have an organization that you could be a part of, and that you're going to want to be a part of, again, so that you can kind of outreach your networking and potential. So I have a special guest here, and she's one of my colleagues, but I'm telling you now, she is somebody that you're going to want to know. Matter of fact, you have to know her, because she's going to help you get through this program. That's why she just texted me, and she was like, oh, I want to join. And I'm like, absolutely. So I'm glad that Ms. Hansley can join us. And if you don't mind, Ms. Hansley, you could just say hello and tell the folks who you are and what you do and all that good stuff.
Oh, good evening. Sorry, I don't have my camera on. I'm using the work computer this time, because the last time, my internet Wi-Fi was weird.
Yeah, well, it wasn't doing too good.
But I am the director of student support services. Pretty much, I try to help students throughout their matriculation at NCCU. I know students will be with University College for their first 2 years, but then once they transition to the department, it's good to get to know me, Miss Brain. She's our director of student professional development. And we try to assist you guys in any way that I can. Scholarships, I'm on the University Scholarship Committee. So I know all about the different scholarships for the university as well as the department. So don't forget to apply for scholarships. The scholarship database will open always every year, October the 1st, and close at the end of February. We do have some scholarships that are available for incoming freshmen. So definitely, I'll put my information in the chat so that you can reach out to me for more information about those scholarships. Trying to think if there's anything I was missing. And what I told the students last time, definitely, you're here to have fun, but always, 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 please keep your academics first. There are a lot of opportunities for students, and if we don't know you guys, then we won't be able to actually give you a call or send you an email, say, hey, this opportunity is available. So definitely get to know us and have fun while you're here. But remember, you can't, you only get to go to college once with your undergraduate MBA, so you don't get any do-overs. So definitely try your best while you're here. If you need help, utilize tutors, the professors, and as well as the department chairs. They have office hours. So please reach out for us if you need any help, any assistance. Thanks.
Oh, that's great, Ms. Hansley. And she is 100% right. And I think we all I'm going to let you guys know this much. We have all been freshmen in college before. I understand that much. So we understand how it is. We want to know what life is like. It is very easy to get caught up. It is very easy to get caught up in the being college thing versus the actually going to classes thing. And so I just know by the folks that we have online today and their attention to even being here when they're serious about this thing. And I'm very grateful for that. And I just want to encourage you all to continue to feel that way, because there will be things that come in front of you that says, do I want to do this party or do I want to study for this exam? And so, those are things you might want to be mindful of. So in saying that, another thing she said, that which is very important, was that we want to know you. We need to know you. And that's honestly one of the differentiations between going to an HBCU and particularly this one and other schools. We are a close-knit family. There are many times where I will call up Miss Hansley, or Miss Hansley will call up me and say, hey, I got this great opportunity. I need somebody, within the next 3 hours, who do you got? And I could call up, and Holland knows this for a fact, and Jaden, and now that I know Gracia, she'll probably know this as well. I'll call you up in a second. And I'll say, hey, I got this great opportunity. I'm going to need you to, go ahead and apply for it. I'm going to need you to go ahead and do these things, because we do have to connect to the organizations and companies that really do want our quality time as students. To be quite honest with you, we go with who we know. And so getting to know who we are and us getting to know you is going to be very important as you, and also I call us like the trifecta, because there's also Ms. Brain. So getting to know her is also a very important thing as well. And getting you all to, hopefully to some great opportunities. So if you don't mind, if you're not shy about it, I would love to know who's here, who's listening to us. Go ahead and put where you're from in the chat. Go ahead and put what major you may be interested in. If any of you all want to unmute and introduce yourselves, I invite you to do that as well. But I do want to know who we're talking to. So go ahead and take a second to kind of let us know who you are. And not everyone at once. So like my daughter told me the other day, can you walk any slower? I'm like, really? Are we saying that right now? I'm like, can we move any slower? Uh, there you go. Hi, Victoria. Yep, I remember you from yesterday. So welcome back. I'm glad you made it out. And yesterday we did have a meet and greet with our chairs, and our dean was there as well. And so I'm looking to hopefully post that within the next day or two. I'll send that to you all's email, so that if you were not there, you would you'll hear that from us. So all right. Hey, Essence. Oh, Indiana. Oh, wonderful. Entrepreneurship and business. You know what, guys? In Holland, I'm telling you, entrepreneurship is a hot commodity right now. We're getting a ton of students interested in entrepreneurship. Tamia from Maryland, and you plan on a concentration on entrepreneurship. Very good. Very good. Keep them coming, you guys. Maybe I got a couple more folks here.
Yeah, I think entrepreneurship is the #1 concentration growing on campus at the moment. And what makes it so good is that entrepreneurship, you can really do everything, because you really concentrate in everything that we offer in the School of Business, because you take the marketing classes, you take the finance classes, you take all the classes, and it really gives you the ability to like go anywhere. So like me in particular, I'm going the corporate route, and you can still be an entrepreneur at a corporate level. You can go into the enterprise and create things inside. But if you also want to start your own business, we have plenty of resources. We have the Angel Eagle Network, and that helps you get funding for a business idea that you may have, or a business that you're already running. And we have resources, the American Underground. So someone said they're from Durham. They might know what American Underground is, but it's they help you. It's an incubator for businesses. So we have a bunch of resources on the campus if you are thinking about entrepreneurship.
Absolutely. Thank you for saying that, Holland. And, Durham is a hugely rich in entrepreneurs. Durham is an innovative place. It's a young place. We're right down the street from Carolina, right down the street from Duke. We do a lot of work together. Matter of fact, we just had a pitch competition with Duke, and we're able to utilize each other's resources, because, one of the most important things in entrepreneurship is having financial resources. So we help kind of get you there, and that's the most important thing. So take advantage of pitch competitions, being confident in what you're bringing to the table, which I know you all are, but really being able to lead with that. All of those things are things that you are going to be able to learn when you come to NCCU School of Business. And in our new building, we'll have a whole innovation lab. So as Holland mentioned, we do have an office in American Underground, which is a hub space for entrepreneurs, but within our new business school, we'll also kind of have a mini version of that right within the business school. So we're very excited about having that space for students to really go and kind of vibe out and figure out what what their business is like and all that. Um, so that's going to be really cool. And I see Demetria now. It says here that you're planning to go to Winston-Salem. I don't know if that's a typo, but but if it is, and you're here just to find out what we got going on, I do encourage you to really consider NCCU. We would love to have you with us, particularly in our human resource major. It's a fairly new major for us, but the chair of the business administration department is actually like a human resource guru. That is her field of study. And so, oh, typo, good. Whew, you had me scared, Demetrius. I tell you, don't do that to me. So, all right, so that was a typo. Okay, good. So NCCU is where you're going to be. And so, yes, but you'll love human resources. And I definitely advise you to go ahead and be involved in SHRM when you come on campus, because they have some awesome conferences too. Gosh, y'all, I'm ready for us to go back to like when we can travel and do stuff, because conferences are fun and we want to go back and travel. So hopefully that will be, oh good, I'm excited too, Dimitri. Yes, so we will definitely make sure that hopefully, crossing fingers, next year we'll be able to get out and do some stuff there. Any questions, you all? Any questions that you guys have? Are we all just sure that we know what's happening and that we don't have any questions about coming to college, even if it doesn't have anything to do with the school business, just coming to college in general, residential facilities? Okay, so you have questions about internships. Okay, is there a specific question about an internship or just in general?
Before he drops his question,
Go
say, I see that someone said something that they want to major in accounting. And definitely NCC is the place for you, because
yes.
I have friends that gone on to work at Deloitte, KPMG, and I'm sure I'm not remembering all the other big four, but they go to all of them. So we have contacts at all four the big accounting firms. Even small ones. I have one of my friends, Celicia. She's going to Grant Thornton, which is a little bit smaller, but we have connects everywhere. Or you can even go into a corporation and do accounting and finance. And I think somebody else said human resource. We have Drake Davis. She did a human resource internship at Lenovo, and she's doing it at JP Morgan Chase now. So I'm just name dropping, but we know all these people, and like we're proven winners here. We have so many proven winners. So,
and the cool thing about what Holland is doing too is demonstrating that you have a network of alumni at these companies, and alumni are sorry, my child. And alumni are hey, if y'all have not met a NCCU alumnus or alumni, you're in for a treat, because they will watch out for you. They will make sure you are in the right place that you need to be in. They're a great mentor. So, and they're also very close to us. We're actually getting together an alumni council as we speak, so we could continue to closely engage with alumni, and I get emails daily like, look at this great opportunity, give me a couple students that might be interested in that. So that's great, Holland, and thank you for doing that. And just another little tidbit there is, be mindful of who you hang around too, because I'm sure like Holland hangs around, and all of you guys hang around some cool people. And that's the thing, when you guys are all like-minded and you're doing wonderful things, and you utilize each other's resources as you go out and see the world. So I love that Holland could just name off where people are, and I think that's important to have. It really is. So,
I think Demetrius wanted just some general stuff.
Yeah, he wanted some internship advice.
Sure.
I could take this
go
one.
ahead. Yeah.
When you come on campus, the first thing you need to do is go in there, and with the Career Service Center, they have great opportunities for internships, and they're going to probably tell you to download this app called Handshake. And Handshake is where all internships are posted, jobs, even part-time opportunities if you're just looking for something to do part-time. But the app Handshake, you'll put in your information, you put in different filters if you want to stay within Durham or you want to see internships everywhere. You put the information in, you put what year are you, and you also can like update your profile. So kind of like a LinkedIn page. And that's another one. If you don't have a LinkedIn page, I suggest like after this meeting, you go do one immediately. But internships are posted through Handshake, and also just like Ms. Williams and Ms. Hansley said, you have to put yourself in a position where people know your name. So I can't tell you how many emails Ms. Williams, Ms. Brandman sent to me. Hey, I got this opportunity for you. Sometimes they already put my application in. I just have to double check. So that's the great thing about this university. You have people there that's always looking out for you with internships, even full-time opportunities. So I want to say, get your name out there and download Handshake, please.
I agree. And similar to what Jaden said, I think Demetrius was the one who asked this question, but do we even have recruiters that come onto our campus? And we have presidents and vice presidents, CEOs that come onto our campus and come speak to us or just visit. And that's your opportunity to like get to know them, and that's your way in. You really get to skip the line and go straight to the interview, straight at the School of Business. They'll sit down with you and interview you right on the spot. You hand them your resume, they'll question you, and they're like, okay. And a little while after that, they may give you an internship. I've definitely had friends where that happened to them. I'm not sure. Do you have any? You just said you want general information about internships. Um, I'll tell you, some of the internships are really well paying, just depending on where you're going. I know some students, they start out at maybe like $10,000 for a summer, and then some may go all the way up to $25,000, $30,000 just for 12 weeks of work, just depending on what field you're in. And a lot of people are sometimes scared to go into internships that are outside of the state. So I'm not sure. Some of you guys said you're like from the state, but there's a lot of internships where you may have to travel. So you might have to go, if you want to go to Dell, you might have to go to Texas. If you want to go to HP, you might have to go out to Boise or Texas or California. Many of the other companies, if you want to go to Citibank, I think they're recruiting a lot for Texas. A lot of stuff is in Texas. I don't know what's going on in Texas. But obviously we have a lot around this area too. But what a lot of people don't know is that they offer you relocation assistance. So they'll give you a big sum of money. They'll give you like $5,000 or $7,000, sometimes more, just to help you relocate and find a place for the summer. So never be scared to like reach out and go out of your comfort zone and travel a little bit and go to these large corporations and businesses to do an internship. I'm not sure if you have any other questions about internships.
I wanted to add, I saw Demetrius said, what if you're majoring in a certain part of business like accounting and you find out later that you really enjoy something else in business like human resources? And that's really what internships are all about. Internships are basically getting that experience, seeing what you do and you do not like before you graduate and you take on these full-time roles and kind of take that bigger commitment. 10 to 12 weeks usually, typically over the summer. And you really just get to go in and just experience, what a role in human resources or accounting or whatever you may be interning in is like. So with internships, I definitely try to take on that perspective of I'm just going to go in here and just absorb as much information as I can. And corporations love interns. Like you come in as an intern, they adore you. They love you. Any questions you have, they're more than happy to help you. If you are interested in, I know my first internship was with Liberty Mutual. I mentioned that earlier. It was in human resources, but I also got to do a lot of stuff with like web making and design. And that just happened for me just simply telling my project manager, hey, this is something I'm interested in. And then he connected me with somebody else who could connect me with somebody else. And anything that I really kind of wanted to dibble and dabble in that summer, I was able to just by letting them know like, yeah, this is something else I think I might be interested in. And they have a ton of work for you to do. So a ton of projects for you to go on, or even if you just, sit in meetings and just kind of listen in and gather information that way. So I definitely wouldn't be afraid if you're not 100% sure exactly what you want to do. I think a lot of us have had a lot of moments where we kind of changed our mind or heard about something else and we thought, wait, I might be interested in that. Internships is the perfect opportunity for you to get all of that experience and just learn as much as you want to about anything in the business. It's just more so kind of getting your foot in the door. And you can, like everybody else kind of mentioned, you can get those internships pretty much by expressing your interest in them and networking. So I know with my first internship, I went to a conference and I didn't go with the intention of thinking that I would leave with an interview for an internship, but I was just speaking with people there and telling them kind of things that I was interested in. I told them that I was studying human resources, but I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do in HR. And from my conversations and things like that, like I said, people are just so willing to help you, especially in the School of Business, but outside of the School of Business as well. So just really being able to communicate what you're interested in definitely helps you get those internships.
Definitely, I want to piggyback off what she just said. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, especially in the business world and going for these internships, because there's going to be times where you're not 100% sure about what you're going into, but you just got to take a leap of faith and just roll with the punches, because a lot of times in the school of business, like with me, I'm a marketing major, but I'm not going for specifically stuff in marketing. I can go in stuff in HR, I can go in stuff in finance. Just having that interest, like Gracia said, may just get your foot in the door.
I mean, that's just golden nuggets right there that you guys have said. I mean, that's awesome. And that's it. That's what you want to do. You do these internships so that you can find out what you don't want to do. And then you could kind of transition there. I will say it's great though to have an idea of what that is. And I'm so glad that you guys kind of have a direction, because what you don't want to do is waste time either. So, you can say, oh, I'm interested in, human resources, but I took a couple accounting classes. Matter of fact, I think you said Naima. Naima is one of our accounting students, and that's kind of how she started too. And she didn't know she wanted to be an accountant, and took a couple accounting classes, found out she loved it. Now she's, was working with KPMG. So I mean, you just don't know what, could potentially be available to you.
Yeah,
You should
you
go out there
always
and find out.
you don't always have to know your end goal, but you should always have a goal, and it can change.
100%. Yeah. Be open, be open to the opportunities too. Which I think is just like Jaden said, I'm interested in marketing, but also know that the skills that you're learning, why business is so awesome, is that they're super transferable. Like you can major in marketing and then decide that, human resources and management or wherever else, accounting or finance may be of more interest to you. I can't tell you the number of people majored in finance who end up being in marketing, so you don't know, but I mean, at least having the skill sets, particularly the management leadership skill sets that you're getting through a business education, is going to position you perfectly for any role really that you want to do. Any other question? Thank you all. That's great. That's some good advice. Any other questions? I know Demetrius is asking some good ones there. Anything else? Victoria or Tamia or Essence or Sanaya?
I was
Anything
gonna,
from, go ahead.
I was gonna add one thing about these internships. They're highly competitive. That's something I would tell myself coming into freshman year. They're highly competitive. You're not just competing against people in your class, people in the school. You're competing with people all over the country. So I did an internship. Well, I didn't do an internship. I wanted an internship with T-Mobile my freshman year, and I didn't have a lot of things on my resume, and I wound up not getting it. But I got an internship with Ms. Williams. So learning from that experience and not getting those internships, like I think I applied for over, I'll say 15 or 20 internships my freshman year and got denied by almost all of them. So just keep getting stuff on your resume is a big thing. Just because this internship is not paid, and just because you're just getting volunteer hours, don't shy away from it. Just embrace it, because it's going to pay off in the end.
And that's so critical. Something that Jaden just said, make a way for yourself too. I think it's great definitely to go out there and apply for these opportunities. But to Jaden's point, it's like, okay, well, if I can't, maybe I don't have the experiences that they're looking for as a freshman, but I'm going to keep grinding and I'm going to figure it out. And I'm going to keep finding things I can put on my resume. I'm going to keep trying to refine my skill set so that when I do become a junior and now about to work for Blue Cross Blue Shield, I'll say, okay, I have a toolkit of stuff now that I can bring with me. And I think if you were just standing still waiting for somebody to knock on your door to give you this wonderful opportunity, it's just not going to happen that way. So I think that's very important. So that can be done, to Jaden's point, volunteering. We can do some job shadowing opportunities through some of our corporations. Some of our alumni have admitted, maybe we can call up Holland, see if he wants to, I think you'll be in Tennessee, right? We can ship some students to Tennessee and let them follow you around for a little while. But those are the kinds of things that you really do want to take advantage of, because what is the one thing that these organizations and corporate offices want to know when you're in that interview about to land that permanent role? Tell me about your experiences, right? Tell me about a time when, and you got to have a time when, something happened. And so utilize college as that opportunity. I think Grace also said something that I thought was important is they love interns. 100%. And what better way for you to be able to learn about your craft than to be under the safety net of this idea, this training space that exists in, training doesn't always exist when you come right out of college, So I think that having the internship and being able to kind of go ahead and get that under that safety is a beautiful thing. So I'm glad that we're already talking about internships. That's awesome. I'm glad we're already thinking about that kind of stuff. So um, as an incoming freshman who sets to attend the business department, is there anything we should look out for? Because I know in any business field, there's a lot of risk. So let me just kind of make sure I can get some clarity on your question. Um, are we talking about classes? Are we talking about just the fields in general in terms of picking the right field, industry? I might just need a little bit of clarity. The fields in general. So you're talking about what you should look at in terms of industry, maybe regarding kind of what you're interested in. Okay. I don't know. It's an interesting question. A good question. Any insight there from anyone? I mean,
I
I could start. I was going to say I could start off by saying one thing, and I'm just going. This is my advice that my father gave me. Don't chase the money, and always enjoy the work. And if within reason. I saw Holly and go, okay, money's a good thing. I understand that. But money ain't everything. And I always tell people like the highest paying job I had, it was absolutely miserable. So I think you have to really have passion and a heart for the work you do. What do they say? If you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. So I just really think about what gives you that excitement, what gives you the ability to think that you could actually do something and make a difference in that area. So that's my 2 cents. But sorry, go ahead, Holland.
Yeah, we differ on this because I always say chase the money, because I'm always like, I don't care what I do at work. It does my dream job. I don't care, as long as I'm making money, it's going to be a good time because I can use that money to do other things. So when I'm out of work, if I want to go on a trip, I can afford to go on a trip. I want to buy a new car, I can afford to buy a new car. You want to go out with friends, you can afford to go out with friends. But obviously it has to be within reason. You don't want a job that you absolutely hate and work with employees that you absolutely hate. And that goes into culture. Like working at Amazon, I don't have to wear a suit. And that's one thing that everyone tells me I look good in a suit, but I don't like wearing a suit. I don't want to wear a tie. I just want to walk in with my t-shirt and my cargo shorts on and my tennis shoes into work. And that's something that I'm able to do at Amazon working in tech. So if you want to go like into finance, you're going to have to maybe wear a suit, or I know some of them are going more business casual, but those are things you're going to have to look at when you're looking like culture and what's your fit. And I think you're also thinking about risk. So obviously there may be more risky industries to go in, but business in general, like where we're located in RTP, a lot of it's like tech, I feel like. So you should, if you're looking to diversify your assets and your skill set, maybe look at minoring in one of the cybersecurity, or just taking some of the cybersecurity classes or CIS classes. I know I did that. I took two cybersecurity classes, and that helped me in the line of work that I'm going into. So you just never know. Never limit yourself. There's always potential to learn something new, and that's really going to help you when you start like finding out, I don't like this, or I like this more, and they'll help you when you start talking to your bosses and you're like, where do I want to navigate to? So that's that.
I love what Holland just said, diversify yourself. I love that idea because you will have elective opportunities. And so utilize those electives to his point. Yeah, cybersecurity is huge and it's great for any, field. Data analytics is huge. It's great for any field. Marketers need to know data analytics just as much as somebody in tech. So, being able to say, oh, I'm going to take we think of electives like in high school as like fun, fun classes that we're going to go into like basket weaving or like, I don't know, home ec or something. But electives are fun for us too, but it's one of those things where I say, definitely pick an elective that will help you, as Holland just said, diversify your skill set so that you're able to be, a little more kind of well-rounded in your learning. So they are asking questions about the class schedule your freshman year. Does anyone want to talk to that? I know we have the class schedule expert in Ms. Hansley, but I wanted to kind of get the students' take on kind of the classes that they took and how that worked out for them.
My class, my freshman year, like I said, I went through the Aspiring Eagles program. So I was done with some of my regular classes, like in your English, your maths. But if you're doing well in high school now and you know how to take notes, you know how to do all the things you need to do in the classroom, it should transfer, I would say, fairly well. It's just going to be in college. Nobody's going to hold your hand. You're not going to tell you 3 or 4 times turn an assignment. They're just going to put up an assignment's due, and if you don't do it, they get paid either way. So some professors are like that, but most professors, they're not like that. They're going to maybe remind you once, but most of the time they're just going to post it. And I have professors that they post all the assignments early. So all the assignments for the whole semester is already online. So if you want to work ahead, work ahead. If you don't want to work ahead and stay with the class, you can do that, especially in the online environment we're in now. But your freshman year, you're probably gonna have Miss Brain with what was it, business orientation? Is that the class? And you probably gonna have your regular English and your regular math. So your skills from high school should transfer very well if you were doing what you're supposed to do in high school. But it's not too rigorous, just in my experience.
Yeah, so I can add on to that. So freshman year, you take a lot of your like what they call general ed classes. So you'll typically have an English class, a science class, a health class, and that's also like a great opportunity to kind of once again. I mean, my whole time I was kind of thinking like, what do I like and what do I not like? Like, what do I absolutely know that I do not want to do for the rest of my life, and what would I be okay with, or what do I really enjoy? So I would encourage you guys to do the same thing as you're taking your classes. Like, is this something that I would want to do and make a living off of? Holland also put do not sign up for 8 a.m. classes, and I couldn't agree more. The transition from high school to college, you're a lot more independent, obviously, because you're away from home and nobody's calling to wake you up, or your mom's not coming and waking you up. So if you know, like me, I can sleep all day. So when you create your schedule, understand that you're not gonna need to be in class at 8 a.m. Class starts at 8 a.m. guys. Doesn't mean you have to wake up at 8 a.m. and then you get ready. That means you have to be at the door, sitting down at 8 a.m. That means you have to get up at like 7 or something. I don't know how long it takes y'all to get dressed and stuff, but so yeah, so just kind of know yourself. And like Jaden was explaining, some of the stuff that was like high school and how you were with classes in high school. Just kind of really start being a little self-aware, understanding how you are. If there's something that you might want to work on, now's a perfect opportunity to do so before you get to college, or use your freshman year for that. But generally, class schedule would be a lot of general ed classes your freshman year, then maybe like a few business courses. But usually as you go up in your curriculum, this when you'll get more business courses and then more of your HR or accounting or finance courses. And then someone also asked, with the class schedule and being in other organizations, will you have any free time? Yes, you will. It's about prioritizing your time and not biting off more than you can chew. So I would start off with maybe 1 or 2 organizations your freshman year that you're really interested in. And just don't overcommit yourself, because college is, you're learning and you have classes and you're preparing yourself for your job, but it's also a time to have fun. Like, you're going to want to go out to a party every now and then. You're going to want to go hang out with your friends and things of that nature. So definitely just set yourself up to be well-rounded so that you can do everything that you want to do.
I think a quick fact, I hope this is still true, but no Friday classes in the School of Business. So once you get your GEs, general education courses out of the way, those are university courses, and you come to the School of Business, there's no Friday class. So you can always plan to have Friday off. So whether you either work a job or that's just like your free day. So it's like a 3-day weekend, really. So that's something cool that we have at the School of Business.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Friday classes are no Friday classes are great. I mean, you can stop your week when you're planning your week. You stop your week at Thursday and just get ready to hang out with your friends or whatever you do on Friday. And something to piggyback off of what Gracia said, you have to prioritize your time. Just like if you don't schedule 8 a.m. classes knowing you're going to party all weekend, because I guarantee you're not getting up for that 8 a.m. class. I guarantee you, because 8 a.m. comes faster than y'all think in college. So like, if you're partying all night, you don't go to bed at like 2 o'clock. You're not getting up for that 8 a.m. class. That's just from a student's perspective. I don't know if anybody else has done that, but freshman year I had an 8 o'clock class, but I also had a night class. And night classes are different. Like, you can prioritize your day around that night class, and then take a nap in the middle of the day when you're done with your classes, and then just go. So it's all about how you operate and how you wake up, how you go to sleep. It's just all about you at this point when you're in college.
Yeah, also don't sleep in too much because you're paying for a meal plan. So make sure you get to the cafe and get some breakfast.
That part, yes.
Breakfast is so good. Oh my goodness, especially in
Yeah.
the calf.
We have an
Yeah.
omelet. We have the omelet bar. Is that still a thing? You get your
Yeah.
omelet
Like,
made in the morning? Oh yeah, that's good. You
mhm.
pick your
I
topping.
have to say, the calf breakfast is probably the best. That's my best meal out of the calf. Like lunch and dinner is good too, but breakfast is gonna hit every time.
And definitely you have
Steve,
to
I just
pop out for
wanted
fried
to
chicken
add.
Wednesday.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Miss Hanson.
Oh, I just wanted to add that high school classes and college classes are very different. So
Oh yeah.
the students, I always like to go into more detail, just a little more detail. So in college, we have what we call Tuesday, Thursday classes, and then we always have a 10:40 break. Students can talk a little bit more about that. And then, like they said, the business school doesn't have classes on Fridays, but if you have like a general education course, then that course will normally meet Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 50 minutes. And then the times for the Tuesday, Thursday, I think is an hour and 5 minutes, I think. So students try to schedule their classes either like all Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or all Tuesday, Thursday so that they can have a break during the week. So you can do that, but just be mindful that all those courses are still, some of the courses may have an exam on the same day. So what's going to happen when you have to study for 5 exams, for Tuesday because you decided to put all 5 of your classes on Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday. So definitely just keep that in mind of the different schedule whenever you come to college. Oh, and online classes. You have the possibility of taking classes online. You do not have to show up for the class because the entire class would be online.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
good.
just want to speak to the
Go
point
ahead.
of free time. There's a lot of free time. It's not like high school. Like Miss Hansley was saying, it's a lot different. Like you're not coming to school business. You're not going to the general education courses and sitting there for 8 hours a day. And especially if you're living on campus, like you're gonna go to class and then in between class, you might have 2 or 3 hours in between classes. So you can go to the mall, you can go eat food, you can go take a nap, you go hang out with friends, you can do schoolwork. You're free to like go do whatever you want. As long as you're like back for class, you can do whatever you want. And some days you might only have 2 classes or even just 1 class. Or like Miss Hansley was saying, you could put all your classes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and have no classes on Tuesday, Thursday. So there's definitely a lot of free time. Just use it wisely.
I think that's great. And I keep hearing go to class, go to class, go to class, go to class, go to class. So if there's anything you get out of any conversation is go to class, build your schedule in such a way that you will go to class. I think it's very easy for you to say, well, I'm not going to class today. And then the next class comes, say, oh, I'm not going to class today. And the issue with that one is obviously you're missing important information, but two, you're paying for this experience. So, I mean, or your parents are paying for this experience, and that's just not something you want to waste. So make a plan to do what you need to do to get to your classes every day whenever they are scheduled to be there. Please. Great insight, everybody. Oh, 10:40 break. Let's hit 10:40 break. We got about 5 more minutes, guys. If there are any final questions that you guys want to put in the chat, go ahead and do it now. Let's go ahead and talk about what 10:40 break is and what that's all like.
10:40 break is where nobody has class Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10:40, and we all come to the Greek Bowl, and we have vendors, we have DJs.
And what's the Greek Bowl?
Oh, the Greek Bowl is where all the fraternities and sororities have their plots, and do not walk on them, please. You will learn that quick. Do not walk on them. If you try, just don't get near them. Just don't walk on them. But everybody has their plots, and all the Greeks, they like stand on their plots. They might stroll, and everybody's around it. We have DJs, we have food, we have different vendors. I know DTLR was out there a couple of times, and it's just a good time, good family atmosphere. And we get to blow off some steam before 12 o'clock? Is it 10:40 to 12 o'clock? I think.
No, I think it's 11:30.
It's 11:30. Oh,
yeah,
Right,
10:40 to
11:30.
11:30. And you need to be in class by 11:40.
yeah, it's a great family atmosphere.
yeah.
We all have a lot of fun.
It's so funny. The School of Business where we're currently positioned is right at the Greek Bowl. And, it's so weird, like life today, because, my office is right there against it. And so I'm always hearing the DJ. I'm like, 1040, gosh, I can't try to have a conference call, or I'm trying to, talk to people, have meetings, and I hear boom, boom, boom. It's like I would give anything for the boom, boom, boom right now. Like to see the quietness of campus this year has just been heartbreaking. So like I'll be excited to see the Greek Bowl come alive again, and that is a lot of fun for the students during that time. And it's also time for you to meet with your organizations, we do some 1040 breaks where we have workshops, we have companies come in and do resume writing and mock interviewing and all that kind of stuff. And so we typically plan at 1040 because we got alumni that come back and talk to the students there, because we know there's no classes during that time. So, we typically will have, our 1040 break kind of specials with the School of Business where you can come and just, get some extra good networking during that time period. But this has been amazing. I'm so glad I recorded this. I think this is going to be very helpful to a lot of students to hear your perspectives. Yes, Holland will be leaving us soon, but you will see him again. He will be back, and Jaden and Gracia will be here next year. So I definitely hope you guys are able to somehow interact with them. Yes. Another question, how are the workshops? So there's, every semester we have just a slew of what we call co-curricular activities, which are just, everything from, we do lunch and learns with our alumni. We do speaking engagements with some of our board of visitors who are kind of our advisory board of corporate leaders that work with us. So they'll come and they'll talk to the students. And so we do a lot of that. We also work very closely. I know Jaden kind of opened this up with career services, and career services and we kind of put together some events so that you guys are really getting a chance to, and you get some kind of, really good skill building activities. And your organizations will put together events. So, your organizations will have, different activities going on. So take advantage of them, y'all. I can't like say that. And Alan is 100% right. I have witnessed students just attending an event get a job at the end of it. Like literally, the CEO says, call my administrative assistant this afternoon and let them know that you met me. And this young man is currently working in this occupation for about 5 years now. He's been working there. And it happened, like I saw it, I witnessed the whole interaction. And so sometimes it's just that simple, and it's just being present and being engaged. So definitely be there. Thank you, Jaden, for that. Let's definitely connect on LinkedIn. We are all on LinkedIn. He's 100% right. If you don't have a LinkedIn, get a LinkedIn. It's important. We want to make sure that we are connected to you. I did put up in the chat our social media feeds, which I'm going to go all the way up here, and I'm going to copy and paste it again. I'm going to put it down. Oh, can I do it? Oh, I don't know if I can copy and paste on chat anymore. Tag on it. All right. Well, I can't, but you're going to scroll up and you're going to see about 617. I put in connect to us via social media. So please do click those links. Go ahead and follow us. Oh, thank you. Tell you, go Gracia. I couldn't get it. It wasn't letting me copy and paste. I don't know why. But that's great. So this is our social media, our handles. So definitely reach out to us. We are constantly updating what's going on. As the school year commences, we'll have another opportunity for you all to meet and greet with the faculty and the staff. So we definitely encourage you all to attend there. We will probably be doing a lot of hybrid things, to be honest with you. I think we're slowly integrating back into campus. So we still may be doing some virtual things, but there may be some opportunities to do some stuff in person next semester. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Well, we will see. We will see. But if there are no other questions, and guys, check me, make sure I'm catching everybody's questions here. I was trying to make sure. We thank you. And I thank you, students, and Business Eagles, and I thank you, prospective Business Eagles, and I thank you, Ms. Hansley, for joining us. And we definitely look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, team. Take care.